At the time of this recording, Avengers Endgame has already made over $169 million. Is this real life right now? That's absolutely insane because right now there's only pre-screening of the Avenger movie. I mean, some movies out there only gross around $200 million in total, and the Avengers movie hit almost $200 million in a pre-screening night. And you know what, luckily for me, I was able to get advanced pre-screening tickets. I've seen the movie. In fact, I just saw the movie and I drove right to my studio and now I'm making this video for you guys. And in the comment section below, let me know who is your favorite Avenger, and also what do you guys think is gonna happen in the movie. And I have to warn you guys, this video does have spoilers, so you've been warned. Well, how's it going, you guys? I'm your host for this one, Landon Dallatsing, and welcome back to another Most Amazing Top 10 video. Make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram at Landon Productions. We're nearing 100,000 followers, and I'm gonna be posting on there all night. And don't worry, on social media, no spoilers. Alright, let's jump right into this one. This is the top 10 scary moments in the Avengers Endgame. Alright, so starting us off, in at number 10, Captain America never came back. There was a scene near the ending of the movie where Captain America had to go back into the time machine to bring back the Infinity Stones so that parallel worlds wouldn't be created. There were many talks about quantum time traveling in the movie leading up to the release of the film, and guess what? It did happen. The speculations actually happened. So when Captain America went into the time machine, in real life he should have been back within 5 seconds, but for Captain America a lot more time would pass. In fact, Captain America was given the ability to stay inside of the time machine until he was able to bring back the Infinity Stones to the right time and place where they were taken from. So when 5 seconds were up, Captain America, he didn't appear. During this moment, everyone in the theater I was watching in became very emotional because we knew that Chris Evans announced that he's done with acting. Like, he might have retired. He said he was gonna retire after this massive role of Captain America in the movie. So in the film, we came face to face with potentially the last ever moment of Captain America as we know it. This is a character we grew to love since 2011 during his first appearance in the movie titled Captain America: The First Avenger. Captain America started off the Avengers. So when we were witnessing the plausibility of this moment being the last one ever, it was very sad and pretty scary. Well, Captain America actually ended up returning from the time machine, but it was a very bittersweet moment because Captain America decided to live out his life, and when he returned back to the present day, he aged. He became a very old Captain America. Moving into number 9, there was a very scary moment when there was a potential that Thanos almost had the ability again to wipe out the rest of the universe with a snap of his finger. And that's while he was wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, how did he get his hands on that again? Thanos, with the help of his daughter, had a plan to retrieve the Infinity Gauntlet with all of the Infinity Stones on it. And he actually succeeded. His plan worked. He put on the gauntlet and snapped his finger. This was a very intense and stressful moment because we weren't sure how the Avengers could have failed twice. I was thinking, wow, this is insane. Like, Marvel actually decided to kill off more Avengers, kill off more people. I don't think I would be able to handle it. We already lost so many Avengers, but luckily when Thanos snapped his finger, nothing happened. It was confusing at first to what was going on. Well, what we missed was Iron Man was actually able to grab all the stones from the gauntlet without Thanos noticing, and without us noticing as well. So when Thanos did notice, it was too late. And when I noticed, I was shocked. I was pretty excited though. Well, Iron Man had the Infinity Stones and was ready to put it to use. So instead of seeing the Thanos snap, we saw the frickin' Iron Man snap. That is going to be very iconic. That's going down in history. Number 8, Captain Marvel was not strong enough to destroy Thanos. There were many theories surrounding this film about how would Thanos be destroyed. Well, there was a theory about maybe it was Ant-Man or Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel wasn't in the Avengers Infinity War movie, which was the previous one to this one. So we really didn't know if Captain Marvel could match up to the powerful Thanos. There was a scene in the movie where it seemed like Captain Marvel wasn't strong enough. Thanos was able to take out one of the Infinity Stones and just punch Captain Marvel. At this point, we knew Captain Marvel would not be strong enough to defeat Thanos. A lot of people on the internet had a joke going around that maybe Ant-Man actually climbed into Thanos' butt and he grew big and Thanos exploded. It's really far-fetched if you asked me. Maybe some of you guys thought that it was actually going to happen. Like it circulated like crazy, but I'm not sure if Marvel would actually come up with an idea like that or go through with it. It takes special people to think of something like that. So without Captain Marvel, who seemed to be the strongest Avenger, well, there was no hope that anyone would be able to outpower Thanos and defeat him. I mean, it was a small chance, but there was a small chance that maybe Thanos would win again, meaning the Avengers that were destroyed in the first film would not come back. Alright, number 7. The sacrifice for the Soul Stone. Hawkeye and Black Widow had to travel back into time so they can get one of the 5 Infinity Stones that they need to defeat Thanos. They were both faced with the reality that one of them has to actually self-sacrifice themselves in order to obtain the Soul Stone. Instantly, both of them wanted to be sacrificed for the greater good and to protect the other person. This is when Hawkeye tried to throw himself off of the edge, but Black Widow was able to stop Hawkeye. There was actually a struggle to sacrifice themselves. It went back and forth. It was pretty terrifying. It was a pretty emotional roller coaster. And I'm not even sure if there was some moments where we were kind of cheering about like who was going to be saved. I'm just like, yeah, Black Widow is going to be the one that survives. And then there was moments inside of me that I was like, yeah, Hawkeye, you got to destroy Black Widow for the greater good and you have to survive. But I guess this part of the movie, it got pretty dark because they're fighting to like kill themselves, but it was very intense to say the least because there was so many extremely close moments to which Avenger was going to be the one that was going to be self-sacrificed. In the end, Black Widow was the one that was able to let go of the edge and fall to her death. From there, let's move on to another very scary moment at number 6. Nebula was actually left back in time because she was like glitching out. Nebula started off as a villain, but slowly won the hearts of Marvel and Avengers fans. So seeing the scene when Nebula and War Machine was supposed to time it out together, where they push the button and they travel back to the present time, well, Nebula didn't time travel back to present day. She glitched out and became stuck in the past. This was a very scary moment because Nebula was being trapped in the past, actually played a massive and crucial role about Thanos finding out about the future and using Nebula's abilities against her. So now Thanos, just when you thought he couldn't become any more powerful, he was now given the ability to see the future and be one step ahead of everyone else. Number 5, we have Hawkeye in the tunnel. This was a moment in the movie where Hawkeye had the Infinity Gauntlet and he was trying to get it back to HQ. But this is when Thanos' army, the Outriders, broke into the tunnel Hawkeye was in. I actually jumped from my seat when this scene happened, and I don't even think this was intended to be a jump scare, but it scared me. And this was the moment where I had to go to the washroom so damn bad, so any sudden movements by me could have been pretty bad. I mean, the movie is 3 hours long, and of course I had to get the biggest drink, and I was pretty nervous the whole time, and when I get nervous, I drink a lot. So Hawkeye was way outmatched in the tunnel, so I was very fearful that he could easily be destroyed, making it easy for the Outriders to get a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet and give it to Thanos. Also, this is the Avengers movie where it seems like any Avengers could be on the chopping block, so I thought it was very plausible that the tunnel scene of the movie, it could have been Hawkeye's last scene ever in the Avengers franchise. Avengers HQ was blown up to shreds, and this scary moment comes in at number 4. The blast was huge, and it was happening again. It seemed like Thanos and his Outriders were winning the war. This scene came near the end of the movie, and so much actually happened at the end of the movie. You're gonna really have to watch this movie a few times to really grasp and understand everything. And when I went to the movies, I went with a bunch of people here from the studio. We're filming videos on our other channels, Top 10 Nerd, we'll link to it down below, and also our brand new channel, Top 10 Beyond the Screen. Well, we went to see the movie tonight, like just moments ago, like literally, and we took notes because we didn't want to miss anything. So at the end of the movie, Thanos signaled his fleets to drop missiles onto the Avengers HQ, and it was very powerful. Oh, obviously, it blew up the whole thing to shreds. The whole thing was destroyed pretty much instantly. Many Avengers were knocked out from this powerful blast, and again, Thanos was in a very great position to come out on top against the Avengers. How does one character inflict so much damage or become that that powerful. Some Avengers were trapped underneath the Avengers HQ and they were not able to escape. Well, some of those Avengers were Rocket Raccoon, War Machine, and Hulk. And you know what? This very scary moment actually comes up next on our list at number 3. I know you guys are probably thinking, how would Hulk be trapped under some rubble? Can't he just, Hulk smash and just get his way out of there? Well, Hulk only had use of one of his arms at the time and was severely injured during his failed attempt at using the Infinity Gauntlet. During this scene, the water was rising up pretty quickly and we were about to witness Rocket Raccoon, War Machine, and Hulk drown to their deaths. I mean, that was probably no one's guess to how, some of the Avengers would die. This scene kept flashing back and forth, which put panic in the audience, including myself, and I was pretty nervous for them. Luckily, Ant-Man came to the rescue and was able to save the Avengers. It seemed like Ant-Man really played a huge role in the film, and you know what, that is alright, because I really enjoy Ant-Man. Although I still haven't seen the movie Ant-Man and the Wasp, I didn't like half of it. I don't know if I like the Wasp. I think I should have though, because when the Wasp appeared on the big screen, everyone was like, oh my god, they were just freaking out. I'm like, what am I missing here? Well, let me know if you guys watched the movie in the comment section below, and if you guys seen the movie, were you guys like clapping and cheering like crazy when different characters appeared on the screen? And it was kind of sad when some characters appeared on the screen and there was like no applause. Like, I definitely heard crickets. Number 2, we had a very scary and sad moment at the end of the film where Iron Man died. Iron Man ended up being the hero of the film, being able to destroy Thanos, but the Infinity Gauntlet was too powerful and Iron Man couldn't handle it. By using the Infinity Stone against Thanos, there was a huge risk, a huge potential of self-sacrifice, and we all know that there was a chance of whoever used the stones against Thanos, that would potentially be the end of them. It was very scary when Iron Man used it, because we all had the fear in the back of our minds that Iron Man could potentially die. There's been so many speculations and rumors about Robert Downey Jr. not wanting to play the role of Iron Man anymore, so we were at the edge of our seats not knowing the fate of Iron Man, just like we were super afraid to what could have happened to old Captain America. Iron Man ended up dying. Well, at least we think he's dead. I mean, there could be the possibility of the Avengers using the quantum realm again to transport themselves back through time to save Iron Man. But I guess it's kind of a spoiler that Robert Downey Jr. has already told the public. He told him that he wants to try other roles, so maybe this was strategic and possibility he might surprise us in the next Avengers film. I guess we'll never know until the film is announced if there is going to be another Avengers movie, in which I do believe it will happen, but probably not anytime soon. Finally, number 1. That might have been the last ever Avengers movie as we know it. There could potentially be another one, but it will be a much different cast, a different feel to it. So many main characters most likely will not be returning, so it could be it for the Avengers. Thanos has been destroyed, so what villain storyline could they go with? The Avengers alone are very strong, they can destroy anyone. So if there was another Avengers movie, it wouldn't be for years because Marvel would have to build up the plot, the storyline again, and create a lot more standalone films first. Also, maybe Marvel is thinking it wouldn't be just right without the original Avengers, which is Captain America, and also Iron Man is dead, so what would be the point in watching an Avengers movie without the 2 leading role characters that played a massive part in the direction of the films? So let me know your guys' thoughts on everything. Also, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching, and just remember, that was America's ass.